Hello everyone, it's Charlton. So I'm not far from my parents' rental property, but there's some new construction. I saw the cranes over there, just the cranes. I didn't see exactly what they were building this morning as I pulled up. I wanted to come and check it out. So while I tell you about the latest news in the Mollie Tibbetts case, I just wanted to kind of get that in the background and walk over across the street. And there is a little bit of brand news. You know, let me stay here just for a minute and I'll get closer in a second. The person who's been charged with the murder, Cristhian Rivera, has gotten rid of his old attorney, Alan Richards, and hired new counsel. So it's pretty big, you know, that's pretty significant. They filed court documents yesterday, Sunday, and today. Basically, whatever's required to say that they'll be his new attorneys. It's a couple, husband and wife, who are going to be representing them. And according to several outlets, the family reached out to them, Cristhian Rivera's family. So by family, I don't know who that is. I believe family is his in-laws. I believe it's the girlfriend's. I believe in court, the girlfriend there with the daughter that they have together was accompanied by the aunt. That's what somebody said in the comments, and I think that's correct. So I think that's who's been, assisting him with his because I believe the family had reached out to Alan Richards. I don't know if he was being paid. He was definitely privately hired, but. I just don't know how he was being compensated or if it was pro bono. And the same with this couple. I don't know if they're being paid or what. But their names are Jennifer Reese and Chad Reese. And it's the firm of Kaplan and Reese in Marshalltown, Iowa, which looks like it's about a half hour to an hour, maybe 45 minutes northwest of Brooklyn. So they have withdrawn the motions that were filed by Alan Richards, and that includes the pretrial that was scheduled for August 31st, which would have been this Friday. So that has been withdrawn. And I remember that in the court proceedings, they took a moment to discuss things. Cristhian Rivera did with his attorney through the interpreter, of whether or not to do that. And that attorney said, keep the pretrial on, we can withdraw it later if we have to. But basically, it kind of, to sort of slow down the speed of the process, it sounded as though he was recommending to keep the pretrial. But it's been waived, and that's no longer, he's not going to be in court on Friday, August 31st. I think it was at 2 p.m. So, and the gag order that was actually denied anyways, but that motion's been withdrawn. You know what? I think he was going to appeal that to the proper next channel to file for a gag order, but that also has been withdrawn. And the couple said that basically that's not something they would have done anyways. So they withdrew all motions that Alan Richards had filed thus far. I would say for Cristhian Rivera's family, this was a sound move, smart move. I don't think this attorney was just doing him any favors, given his political, statements about Trump, sad and sorry Trump. And it really doesn't matter if Trump has, sort of weighed in on the issue, and it's just a highly political issue. That's just going to happen. Many people are, and there's a lot being discussed about that. The family, not directly but indirectly. The father actually at yesterday's funeral eulogized her, and from all reports, it was very touching. But mentioned how immigrants are a huge part of the community in Iowa, and they're Iowans, and basically asking for the community kind of to turn the page, So that is the latest on that. The two new attorneys, Jennifer and Chad, Freeze. Now, she works for a different law firm, but actually she works for a law firm that's based out of the same building as them. But they are working on this as a team. He has 25 years of criminal defense experience, and she has 10. It sounds as though they are a reputable, experienced legal team, and he's probably in much better hands in this situation. I have no idea what kind of attorney Alan Richards was, but one of the things that they pointed out in the Des Moines Register was a Facebook post that Chad Freeze had posted on August 21st, immediately after the day that they had charged Cristhian Rivera and had been led to Mollie's body by the person who was charged. So, and it's a lengthy post, and it's still up there on his Facebook page, where he basically, I'm going to paraphrase, is saying, that you have to be very careful because the media and the masses, we just have a tendency, and none of us are excluded from this. None of us are an exception to this. Not me, not anybody. Probably him, not him either. The attorneys. Is we just have a tendency to prejudge, and he was warning people supposedly before that day even that we don't know if the pig farmer is guilty, even though everything was kind of pointing in that direction. Many people were suspecting him, myself, I definitely have my doubts about him based on the way he interviewed, on camera and so forth. But in this post, which was posted August 21st at like 10:30 p.m. that evening, he's basically saying, he's setting it all up. That's like, this person who's got a prior history of stalking and, has restraining orders against him, and he lives in the area, and he fits the part because of his appearance, his disheveled appearance, and he lives in a trailer and so forth. That's all we need is one more piece of evidence, and then, then we got him, and now we have it. And that's who's being a bit facetious, when they had announced that they were searching for the body in the general vicinity near Deep River where that person lived. But then he says, but we were all wrong. And he actually quoted, and he was questioned about this, and I wrote this one down, where he basically says, but wait, an illegal alien snatched her up and committed this heinous act, ? He admitted it, ? He took the cops to the body, ? How can that be? They had the killer in custody. It wasn't Wayne Chaney. We were all wrong. And he was asked, does that make it so that he can't actually, represent this person as a client? And he said no. And I actually agree with him. He said he was just parroting the media and what was being stated in the media. And he emphasized, the Sixth Amendment, the right to a fair trial. I don't even know the Sixth Amendment, but he referenced the two sides. He referenced liberal persons and gun-owning persons, the First and Second Amendment, and so forth. But don't forget about the Sixth Amendment. And that's, but it's interesting. And that post is still up there. He hasn't taken it down. It's on his Facebook page, which he has a picture of him and his wife. That's his personal Facebook page. It's not his business page. And, that's the story there, man. All right. Thanks for watching my videos. Maybe we'll go check this train out real quick. But the sidewalk runs out, man. There it goes. That's the end. Now there's still a little bit more. This road is busy. I don't want to get pegged, Totally. Maybe I can get up close to it. Ugh. And not get hit at the same time. All right. Cool. Oh, there it goes, man. Oh well. All right. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.